So y'all know we back. You know how we do. We
Yeah,
got your
man.
boy, Meek
We
Millie.
Yeah, man. We're gonna take a strong look at Meek Mill's recent comments when he was doing some kind of TED Talk styled back and forth with NAACP. Uh,
Okay.
Meek Mill says rappers are paid more to sound ignorant. I thought that was interesting because a lot of people feel like there's some kind of conspiracy going on with ignorant lyrics and the school to prison pipeline or that kind of thing. There's powers pulling the levers behind the
Can be
scenes to try to make us go the wrong way,
that
keep
way.
us ignorant, keep us committing crimes so they can make money in it. There's a lot of people who think that kind of thing is going on. What do you think about the veracity of these kind of claims, these theories,
Um,
before we get into the story?
yeah, and before we get into the story, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and comment, and tell us what you
Yeah,
think.
get that out the way.
Get that out of the way
Just
real
hit
quick.
like,
But
hit
yeah,
subscribe. Do that.
but anyway, how do I feel about that whole narrative
Yeah,
that's out
yeah,
there?
yeah.
I think it's kind of, it makes sense to me. It kind of, and not in probably more of a just literally. I think the clientele base in hip hop has become younger, and I think it's been easier to influence. So I feel like, yeah, dumbing it down and making it more, it's a broad range of people. You got a lot of ignorant old people as well. So it's like,
Yeah, I don't know. I chalk a lot of that up to conspiracy theories. If I could see some more concrete evidence, I don't really think that there's a shadow government of hip hop pulling the levers in that way. I kind of think that we get the rappers that we deserve. That's the type of stuff that people consume, the ignorant stuff. People can say all of that stuff that you like, the lyrical miracle stuff and lyrics talking about high power stuff, but then somebody like Black Thought drops an album and nobody buys it. Nas got an album where he's talking more intellectual. I loved it. That's not going to be the highest selling album either. And this is coming from a guy who makes a lot of ignorant lyrics. So if anything, you a big part of the problem. You talking about sliding and drilling most of the time in the lyrics. So I don't know if it's necessarily getting paid more by somebody. I just think that the culture we in, they respond to that more. Now, it's not all their fault. I mean, a lot of times consumers of hip hop come from below the poverty line. That's a place where you're going to have less opportunity. You're not going to have as good as schooling. And something about being in the hood does stupefy us. If you always worried about, the next paycheck, how you going to get food on the table, you really don't got enough energy to crack open a book at the end of the day. You just trying to make it through the day. That's not it don't always seem like a priority. So there's a lot of things happening there. I think to put it all on the record execs is a little bit uh reductive. But let's read a little bit from the write-up that they have here from Hot New Hip Hop. Want to give them their credit. They say Meek Mill has long been an advocate for progressive social change and criminal justice reform. Over the weekend, he teamed up with the governor of Illinois to pass a new piece of legislation aimed at reform. The law targeted non-criminal technicalities that can cause those on a parole to be returned to prison without committing any additional crimes. Meek spoke glowingly of the opportunity to contribute to such significant progress. That's a milestone in my life. When I started making music, I was just trying to get out of the ghetto and my environment. That's kind of like what I was saying. But to be part of something that changes bills and laws that actually affect me and my people, it's my legacy, the rapper said. I like when rappers talk like that. I ain't gonna lie. Um, Recently, Meek Mill also spoke at an NAACP event on a panel of those discussing various issues. When given the opportunity, he discussed the difference between being on a stage like that and being on a stage as a rapper. During the discussion, he mentions the subject matter he has often rapped about. He specifically cites the fact that rappers are often paid more the more they rap about ignorant subject matter. He concludes the the whatever they were trying to say by saying the things that fund us don't power me forward. Fans in the comments agreed. They quoted a Jay-Z line from Moment of Clarity. I dumb down for my audience and double my dollars. They criticize me for it, yet they all yell holla. If skills sold, truth be told, I'd be I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli, reads one of the top comments. That lyric always did resonate with me. Kind of like what I was saying, when people rap, all of this, intellectual shit, people don't really buy it. So is it the record execs or is it us? Just like with this podcast, there's a lot of times me and you want to talk about politics more. There's a lot going on with politics. Like for instance, Joe Biden has a new income driven measure to lower college, payments for
Mm-hmm.
college, get rid of them. He's canceled more college debt than any other president before. He did the infrastructure plan uh that that lowered inflation. The GDP is up, job numbers are up, even wages are up. But we can't talk about that kind of stuff because negative nigga news is gonna get us more clicks and views. We try to put some knowledge in there, but people respond to intellectual videos very well. From your experience, Bob?
Not necessarily. They don't, they don't necessarily follow, but
So I mean that's what I found.
it's
So
just
it is
like
what it
driving
is.
a car.
Go ahead.
When a car accident happens, everybody looks at the car accident.
Yeah, the
Somebody next
negativity
door
gets
could
more
be
attention.
driving perfect. You're not gonna be like, man, you're driving so excellent, sir.
Yeah, let's make a story about this. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull out my phone and take a video of people driving perfectly. Everybody's putting on their
Yeah.
signal. That
So,
ain't really gonna sell. So there's a struggle with that going on. I ain't gonna put it on the record execs, but let's hear a little bit from the horse's mouth.
Me and people like Rob and myself, he opened doors for me to be on stages like this because
Rob, oh, you
before
talking
I
about me?
wasn't on
Robert
Okay.
Kraft.
stages like this. I was on rap stages rapping about, violence and guns. That we get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff. So I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this. But you guys, the NAACP, open up doors for people like me to be able to power forward because the things that fund us that don't power me forward. I just make sure because I know better and I'm at an age point. I'm 36. They power us really went from when we 21 to 25, where we really don't know. I'm one of the lucky ones that made it through where I was able to get my knowledge and sense, and I'm the one that keep the line on the rap ignorance and be able to level out conversations like these and deliver it to the young people who may not attend things like this.
I love that. I love that. I love what he was saying. He's trying to even it out. He knows that he says a lot of ignorant stuff in his raps. So he's actually getting involved with legislation, bills. He's getting involved with politics. That's what matters, people. I don't give a damn that Master P and Snoop Dogg have a cereal. I don't give a damn. It don't make a difference. But a bill that's going to keep you out of prison when you violate your probation for a petty technicality, that could really impact people out here with the big problems that we got
Man, ain't
with.
nobody care about niggas getting locked up, man. They don't give a damn.
I
Listen,
do.
I know you do. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, how many people get locked up? And me and you have been this, and people don't give a damn.
But
It's
he's
like
saying
normal
people like
society. I
Robert
get
Kraft
you.
do. Yeah.
They
Okay.
do. I understand what you're
Okay.
saying, but just like that, I'm saying majority of the people, and you seen how it is in these inmates as far as food, as far as how they cramp people in cells. But on the outside, the people don't care about what's going on in these jails. You get what I mean?
I
As
mean,
far as
the thing
they
is,
feel like people in there,
people
you
do,
did
and
what
that's
you
why
did. You
what
know,
that's a lot of people feel like that's more like a right wing attitude. To be honest with you, they'll tell you stuff about personal responsibility, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But really, in actuality, a lot of things that happen to us in the hood is not because of a personal
it's training
failure. There's
program. Yeah,
there's
it's training.
systemic things
Yeah,
that you can't change by yourself. So you as a person, you have to influence the elected officials that are already there to push bills like this. I'll agree with you. There doesn't seem to be a big appetite for that kind of thing in politics reform and helping out criminals, but on the left you do see that sometimes. And this is a situation where he was able to use his connections, use his resources to influence guys like Robert Kraft and get the attention of elected officials and make change. That's kind of like a blueprint. You know, Jay-Z was with him. This is a good thing. We get in here and we kick rappers' backs in all the time when they do dumb stuff. This is a step in the right direction to me. I like it.
But me, this is a step. I understand, but more in legislation, I would say, unless we going for inmates, and I know inmates can be tough, but if you look at the neighborhood of impoverished communities, they have lack of resources. I'm talking
True.
about the water is dirtier. I'm talking about it's more contaminated. I'm
I,
talking about
I,
simple
I get that,
living
but
conditions.
yeah, but that sounds like whataboutism. You know what I'm saying? We that's a problem too. But I think that there's a lot of problems, and we got to talk about them one at a time. Right
Right.
now, Meek Mill is talking about recidivism, uh, petty technicalities, putting people back in prison, something that he experienced. This is a
Yeah.
step in the right direction. Not say that we
Yeah.
can't. We got to worry about the water and all of that stuff too. But we can't
No, no,
we
I'm not
can't talk
saying
down
just
on this
talk
just because
down on
there's other
this.
things that are wrong too. You know what I'm saying? This is a step in the right direction. Another rapper could do that and make that. I saw Jaden Smith. He had a water company with water in like cartons, and he gave them away to the people of Flint. And the cartons are better for the environment. I thought that was great because I'm an environmentalist myself.
Right.
Rappers need to be stepping up more for stuff like that, other than salty noodles and rap snacks and that kind of stuff. I ain't trying to get on Master P too
Now,
much, but
right. We
there's
ain't trying
there's
to get
too
on
much
that.
of stuff that doesn't matter, and this kind of stuff really does matter. Rappers need
Right.
to get more involved in politics. You
Definitely, definitely. I agree with you on that. Now,
know,
to close this out, I don't want to get too long on this, but I do got one thing I want to bring up. Ice
okay.
Cube did mention that he feels that the same people, or he mentioned that the same people who own the prisons, uh, own the record execs.
Yeah, Ice Cube says a
Would
lot
you?
of things that aren't true. He spreads misinformation, so I wouldn't let Ice Cube tell me the time of day. I really don't care what that nigga said. You feel me? That's something
Right.
that maybe we could research deeper, but just because Ice Cube said it, don't mean it's true. That's
We
how
ain't
I
saying
feel
that it
about it.
don't mean it's true, but I'm saying if this has
I'm
any
just letting
bearing
you
of
know. All
truth
you saying,
into it,
you
right?
started
I'm
it with
talking to
Ice
some.
Cube said. I don't care
Right.
what that nigga said because he done said too many
Well, he
things
is
that
a
aren't
rapper.
true.
Right. Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a
But
terrible example of that kind of stuff. He's going in the opposite direction. He'll get next to a white nationalist and talk about vaccines or
but do you
really
see the
so they don't worry. Like
similarities
it's
of
just
more rappers going to jail?
listen, man. We like you said, we don't want to spend too
You
much
know
time
that.
on this. So if you
Okay.
like what you hear, like and
Yes,
share.
sir.
Join the tribe by hitting subscribe and click the bell too so you get notifications. Until the next time, y'all stay shrewd out there, man.